Okay, it's time to return. Yeah. Okay. So, thank you for all who've been with us through the live session for reading, and thank you, Jana, one more time for being with us and providing us with this experience. Yeah, sometimes it's good to have something live. Yeah, to see not only some ideas but also practice and pick up ideas from both. Yeah. So for latecomers, please write where you're from and also stick for this hour. We will be talking about what we done this year and what other resolutions would be for the next one. Yeah. Today I've chosen such topic, assessing progress, as I believe it's important to talk about all the progress that we do with learning, not only setting aside teachers and students. We can speak about both. Yeah? And yes, thank you, Anna, for being with us in the chat right now. Yeah, okay. Pani Vera, tell us okay, Помічна Запоріжжя. So, some locals. Some locals are there. Okay, I'm also from Zaporizhia, yeah. No, you don't need to register in the chat. It's just me asking latecomers where you're from for us to know our geography for today. Yeah. And to let people return after a break. Yeah. So not Kiev and Kryvyi Rih, not only Zaporizhia with us. Yes. And Lviv. Oh, so we have a pretty broad one today, and let's say they're from different places, yes, but with similar ideas. Yes, we want to teach in Ukraine and teach Ukrainians how to use English. Okay, Myrnograd, Donetsk region. My neighbors, Brovary, Nikopol. Oh, Kherson with you. Hi. Hi everyone. My name is Serena Malarova. For new faces, for regulars, you know that I'm an NLT consultant of Linguist Company, but also I'm a proud representative of National Geographic Learning in Ukraine. And today I want to make some resolutions, talk about some results, and just enjoy this hour with you for us to talk about how to make this experience of teaching that we have all other experience and all things that we've done through the years, make it a bit better. Yeah. How to improve ourselves as teachers, but not in a sense that they are need improvement, in the sense that if we stop improving, yes, it becomes boring. And not only students need to be motivated to learn, yeah, teachers need to be motivated to teach. Can you tell me how this year treats you? Do you feel that you're motivated to teach for the next one after this year? Pluses, minuses, let's do like that, yeah? Or you can use emoticons, yes, like up and down, yes. Myself, I will choose this one. Yeah, I see a lot of pluses. So for me, it's also plus. I would say I can say that I've seen a lot of good things this year in teaching, and also there are some setbacks. Obviously, there are some cons. Yes, there are some minuses, and it's okay. We're not only to be over positive. And sometimes the hardest for me, it's not to give the impression that we are over positive about learning. No. There are obvious some drawbacks, but it's okay. We can deal with them. We can improve. We can grow. Yeah, we can ask for help. As today, I asked Yana to be part of our conversation, and he had her resolution to help teachers to feel good about themselves, find some inner power to be positive about ourselves, yes. And I know this teaching, we always deal with the feeling of being imposters, and it's sometimes scary to come out and to be a good mediator, a good communicator, to reach all learning goals. It's hard to teach. It's a hard activity. It's not always, yeah. So welcoming, but in most cases, you need to look for something good, especially for such days. Yes, to always find something good in the worst days. To remember that we have all this bright Ukrainians that we taught how to use the English. Yes, we shared with them the idea how to learn themselves. Yes, we've created these autonomous learners that we want to create. All that, I believe, is already a big, one of the biggest pluses that we can have as teachers for next year to teach. Yes. So today we will be talking about that. Our agenda for today, we will be talking about key components for teacher self-assessment. So obviously, if you're interested in assessment for students, recently we had very good article about that. What questions to ask ourselves about assessment of students, how to assess students. I will leave you some materials for assessment for students, but I believe the topic of assessment, it's something common. You can find it everywhere. We speak a lot about it. And in most cases, you understand. They take positive approach to assess our students. We try to stay objective with them. And we also give ourselves the room of being understandable and caring people. Yes, and also understanding that there is always a better next time. Yes, mistakes are okay. We can do a lot of mistakes as learners. Then we're talking about learning languages. But with assessment, we need to understand that we are speaking how to improve. Yeah. Not there you make mistakes, there are the gaps. Yeah. So today we will be talking more about teaching and our own self-assessment. I will try to take this approach. We can speak to colleagues, yes, and other deans and all other high-ups about our experiences and let them assess us. Yes, we make open lessons and let our teachers decide. Yeah, is it good enough? Oh no. I believe the best open lesson is that you feel satisfactory yourself. So that's why it's so important to understand that self-assessment is the most important, yeah, how we assess ourselves, how we feel about ourselves. And then we listen to other people if we feel that we need to take something from other people, like advice. Yes, advice need to be welcomed and without creating a room for it, without feeling that you need to hear some advice, nothing will happen. Yeah, so obviously self-assessment is the first step that we take to assessing our skills as teachers to teach and what we can do better. Obviously, I propose you today create one small resolution for yourself, as you have seen Yana done for herself. I will tell you my resolution at the end of the webinar, what I can do with my skills for teaching. Yeah, and obviously we will be talking about a bit of trends. Yeah, sometimes it's good to take a look at it. I don't know what about you, but I skim these articles about trends just for the sake of me feeling good about myself. Like, okay, I will do it. I will do this. I will do that. Oh, this is not something for me, I believe. But maybe I will try it this year or next year, something like that. So it's good to be aware of trends, I believe. So we will take a look at it. But we'll be very, very vocal today. So I will be more asking you questions than showing you a lot of information. So I want to start with you about this picture. Yeah. And can you tell me that you feel that there is a room for growing for you? Pluses or minuses? How do you feel about yourself right now? And your teacher, that you can improve right now, or you're already at the maximum of your capacity and you're already doing the best of yours. So pluses for who want to improve and feel that you can improve more. Okay, thank you, Alyssa. I believe honesty is very important, and today I will be telling you some embarrassing stories of myself. So please use this as opportunity to speak honestly, yeah, and finding some courage to be part of people who are growing. I believe most of us would feeling that we can grow more. Yeah, as learning, it's a lifelong project, I believe, and one of the things that's very important, very very important, is that flexible mindsets are ways to learn something. Yeah, and if we have a fixed mindset, yeah, everything is already good. I thought about myself like several times. Okay, my English is good enough. I don't need to learn something new. My teaching skills are good enough. I don't need to learn what does it mean inductive grammar. I can do the excellent with deductive grammar. So uh, I had such periods in my life, and I believe most of us sometimes meet with wall, yeah, or for some it's ceiling, yeah. Then we feel like we at the block there to grow, yeah. And also it's really important to remember that maybe it's time to stop, give yourself a moment of relaxation, yeah, and then wait for opportunity that will come to you, and you will learn something new, you will find new idea, or you will see a way how to improve, or maybe you will see the need from your students. There you will take your road with teaching. Obviously, this speech is from Imagine for Ukraine, and it's about how our students learn something and also assess themselves. Yes, I understand. I've got questions. I don't understand. It's important that we emphasize and we model even not only words. Yes, not only grammar, not only some phrases, not only some behavior, but also other principles that need to be shown to students. If they see that you're trying to grow, if you make mistakes during your lesson and your students see how you correct them together with your students, they will learn how to do themselves like that. If they only see you making mistakes and you always given this ideal unapproachable image, then it would be harder for students to relate to you, yeah, and your story of learning English. And I believe each teacher, it's a learner who can tell their own story about learning English and remember some periods and milestones that you've passed. Okay, I want to play a game with you about self-assessment. I've created several sentences that's speaking about teacher assessment the best. Let's take a look how many you can guess. I don't know. It's the end of the year. It's the end of the day. You've been working today. And I'm asking for a lot. So please, try to stick with me and take a playful approach to it. You can make wild guesses. You can write just letters, the beginning of words. Let's see what you can guess. Yeah. Let's start with it. We are reflective, obviously. Self-assessment about we have some experience and we need to reflect on it. Like take a mirror, take a look at it and figure out what we can see. Maybe something new is there. Yeah, it's like looking at the mirror. Oh, a new pimple. Oh, a new dimple. Yes. So we can find new something new about ourselves if we look attentively in our reflection, and also we can find something relatable, something that we enjoy in ourselves. Yes. So reflection, it's not only about what's wrong. It's sometimes and very often it's about what's right with you. Yeah. So obviously, how do you think? We reflect on our personal teaching what? How do you think? It's some noun. So teaching obviously here would be like adjective. What's the first step? What do you need to reflect? Learning plans? Salary? What? How do you think? Skills. Obviously. Thank you, Elena. Yes, we can talk about skills. Experience. Yeah, definitely. We can do that. Obviously, techniques. Yes. Yeah. But try to recall what Yana told you about presentations, that if you create one, and for the next unit, you will be already having a base. And that is a system, yes? So we need some system. Obviously, when we try to reflect on something, we can reflect on details, like pimples, yes? But then we take a look at ourselves. We see a system. Our face is a system, yes? The teaching the same. We're looking at our systems. So skills can be a system, yes? But sometimes we divide our skills, like, okay, I'm funny. What? Am I a good communicator? Yeah. Is it easy to listen to me and learn something from me? So we go in for details, yes? And I propose you to start with something like that, with the system. We're talking about ideas, yes? What's idea behind your teaching? So it's really important. I know sometimes it's ambiguous. It's like too ambitious sometimes, yes? They need to deal with day-to-day life. And to think about some higher register, yeah, critical thinking things like, oh, okay, what I'm doing with my life, what I'm doing with my work, it's sometimes too much. Not every time we need to ask such questions, but they need to be in other approach to other teaching styles, as some ideas need to be behind that. What you want to talk with your students, there is your base. Maybe some of you know Tatiana Shelapka. I can say about her that she's enjoying and being part of a theater group. And I know that Tanya is often speaking about how to make these performative activities with you. Yeah. And also all these approaches that talk about presentation, about collaboration together. It's something that her ideas, she's taken from her source, from theater and performances. The same with us. Yes, we have some hobbies, we have some ideas behind us. Some of us enjoy different activities. My personal, my major is publishing and editing, and I can tell you that I really enjoy to work with text. If you give me activities with writing and correcting mistakes, I will be enjoying it. I will be doing and helping students to do it better. So writing is something that can easily inspire me. Yeah. And reading, it takes time, and I know how to deal with it, but it's not something that I really enjoy. Yeah, seems like a publishing house need to be dealing with text, but different approaches can be given to the text. So philosophy is something that we take as the first stone, yeah, our first brick to other learning system would be that ideas. Can you share what ideas you put in your teaching? I told you something like ABC. Always be curious. Yes, helping students to harness their curiosity. It may be about always go grammar. Yeah, it can be different approaches. What's yours? What do you enjoy more? A hard question, I know, very hard one. So let me give you this as as additional. Yeah, okay, speaking. Oh yes. So we can enjoy different things during lessons, and we need to remember that your enjoyment in the lesson is very important. Yes, we can talk with you about teacher talking time. Sometimes it's too bad. We need to minimize it. But speaking activities, if they inspire you, please do more. As what works the best? Human approach. I will tell it in Ukrainian for you. Людина до людини по-людськи. It's the approach that we take in most cases. Online, offline, it's our philosophy. Books. Yes, we can use different books. We can use different approaches. Someone goes for deductive learning, someone for inductive. Someone builds the system, presentation, practice, production. Some goes for tests, try and test, yeah, or teaching. So we can build our teaching styles differently, but we always need to remember something that we enjoy need to be the main point of what we are doing. Yeah? And pay attention. What activities you enjoy more to do with your students? Yes, I enjoy projects myself. I'm very about helping students to collaborate. It's funny for me to see how people who were barely speaking to each other after projects start to communicate more beyond the classroom. They find common ground. They find inspiration in each other. They learn something new about themselves. So we can enjoy different things. And sometimes it's good to put them in balance to create the dynamics of what students enjoy and what you enjoy. Then it will be working much better. Okay, let's talk about teaching goals. What type of goals we need? These terms, if it is speaking about time, what teaching goals we need to use? Short-term and long-term. Yeah, thank you, Elena. Obviously, they need short-terms and long-terms. Obviously, we go in some goals for the whole year or maybe for all period of learning English in the primary school, in the secondary, in the higher education, yeah. But also we need short terms. And right now we have a certain trend with teaching goals, not only to put them in the textbook, but also in the student books, and also discuss with students what they will be able to do beyond the classroom. So obviously, Yana today showed us a story about toys and also colors. We can revise it. It's us learning vocabulary about colors, vocabulary about toys, but we can talk about what would be happening with other students beyond that. Yeah, we can give them interesting tasks that we will be playing beyond the classroom using their toys and naming colors, or naming colors and finding toys with similar colors. Yeah, so obviously other teaching goals can be different, but always then we speak about something that works as other goals need to be reflected to the students too. Long-term goals, it's something like if you ever played the game, you know, the games have some levels. You're usually progressing through it. Our learning system also like that. We're progressing through Common European framework, yeah? So A1, B2, C1, we go through levels. And also with our education, we have first grade, second one, seventh one, and 11th. So different levels we are going, so obviously different goals will be there. But they need to be clear. Right now we are approaching learning with mediation approach, that we try to simplify everything for you to be understand what you're doing, yeah, for you to be able to share these goals with students too. They need to be easy one, even if they talk about some fun projects of learning. Yes, for this year we will be doing that. What this year we will learn this, and I can tell you one of the good methods sometimes to clickbait your students, to tell them, oh, I have so great goal for you. I don't know if I should share it right now, but I will give you a bit of spoiler. This year we will learn that, and pay attention and skim through the book and find where the topic will be. Yes, so you can play with your students. Use the textbook is some a source of fun. Sometimes it's really good to find some inspiration in playful ideas. Yes, not always to do only fun. Yes, only fun it's too much. We need games. We need education. That's why we're using gamification. Yeah, combination. Okay, we need to evaluate our routines. Obviously, have our lessons happening, we need to pay attention how long they are, how we divide attention to our students, if we are fair with it, and also such questions if they have only quiet lessons or very loud lessons. Yes, if we doing more reading, very passive one, yeah, or we do more speaking one, and our students don't have enough experience with reading, yeah, so everything should be in balance. Obviously we will check our routines and also our procedures. How do you think, what type of procedures we need to check? If we're asking ourselves a question, what is working for us as teachers during the lesson? I believe we have several procedures that we're going through, yes? Sometimes it's simple ones like how we welcome our students, how we saying goodbye. Yana showed you the technique of saying thank you to students, and I emphasize that it's important for students to also say thank you to each other, obviously to the teachers too. It's just that we've done a great job. So why not to say thank you to each other, being the whole hour to do together. You also always say thank you for our webinar. So it's a type of procedure. We can find different ones. We can assess them and check how you greet. Our managers taught me how to speak to people, and they told me if you want to make a call, no, you want to speak to a person, and you don't want to your bad mood influence them, or maybe you just feeling sad or something boring is happening, but you want to communicate with people, and you want to inspire them in learning, in anything, in any type of topic that you will be speaking on. You need to smile. Oh, you need to smile before you started conversation, not during. Yeah, during it's obviously if it's something funny, we naturally will smile, but before doing it, or take a look at something pretty. Yeah, look at the tree, look at the children playing outside, looking at the colleague that is your friend. Yes, something dear to you can help you to be more welcoming to people. If you feel that you need some inspiration, yeah, you find something challenging for yourself in teaching, especially when we talk about primary students, like they're too energetic, yeah, maybe it's time to hit sport for yourself. Yeah, if you find that the games take too long and lesson, like the quiet period of lesson takes too little time, yeah, too much of fun and nothing productive is happening. You need to assess your procedures and your routine. Obviously, it's something that would be not working for you, but it's okay. They always start with assessment with feeling that something can be improved. I told you that's why we are feeling that some ceiling is behind, is above us. Okay. Next one, if we're talking about strategies, it's obvious. Do we create a positive learning environment? Yeah, positive. Yes, and right now we're talking about safe environment too. Yes, for our students to feel that they are safe in the places they learn. As if you don't feel safe, try to recall Maslow pyramid. Yeah. First, our need is safety. Yes. Then we feel safe, and we can approach it. And I'm not only speaking about physically. Yes, mentally also. Right now, if you've taken a look at the PISA, you've probably seen the results about our students saying that they find learning right now a good experience, less bullying. yes, more invested in learning. I know results not the best, but still, the idea of learning sticks to our students better right now, and they have positive approach to it. But positive environment, it's not only just putting posters or always smiling. No, it's not always about that. Positive learning environment is a place that we welcome any ideas, yes, and we welcome mistakes, yes, we welcome students giving each other feedback, yes. If you want to pay attention to your assessment of students about how they feel during lessons, you can also take notes like who students given what feedback and try to correct that. Maybe it will help you. You create a positive environment, but also your students are responsible for it too. You just take in leading role. That's why my go-to advice, the first what we do, it's to create a list of rules. Yes, other open system, yeah, our own procedure that we will follow. What we will do together? We will respect. Yes, we respect. Yeah, the first rule we will put together. We care. We learn. Yeah, we help each other. We ask for help. It also can be a rule. Be polite. Yeah. We can use all that and put in our learning system and our teaching system. So reflection needs not you for you not to spend a lot of time. It just ask you to do some questions, yeah, and then be honest with yourself. Then we are looking for answers. Yeah, if you can't find answer, you're asking for help. Yeah, that's why it's so important. Okay, let's pace up for me to let you go. Yeah. First of all, planning skills. I believe we can find right now a lot of materials. We can cram them to the lessons, but it's really important for you to see what system is proposed to you, what ideas is behind the books, if you're talking about books. I told you today about ABC approach, and Yana told you how to create presentations. Also, in many cases, the books propose you pacing guides, some advice how to build it, or you can ask us, guilty consultants, how to do that. We often speak about lesson planning skills as it's something that develops naturally, but sometimes we have tendency not to revise it if it's working, no, let's say not the best, but still working somehow. I I believe it's one of the keystones. So philosophy and planning skills. If you can plan your lesson and you can include in your plan that uh, um, no electricity, no book, yeah, no flashcards, no some I don't know, your student forgetting homework, yes, your student to be tired, your student feeling like it's nothing to breathe, yeah, and so a lot of things that comes unexpectedly to our lessons, then your planning skills are working. It's not only on the paper, yeah. It's about what you would say and what you do. As I've seen my colleagues, and I can say I felt myself at loss a lot of times when I started teaching. As it's a feeling that you want to give up, yeah. In some cases, in some lessons, you feel it's easier to let go and never to return to this classroom. But no, it's about planning. It's about how you would plan what you will be doing in this situation, that situation. So everything can happen. It's okay. It's about us being sure that our lesson can go. We can help our students to learn. If it's hard today to read for our students, we will take a step back. We will discuss some other idea. We give different instruction. Yes, it's also about planning. And then we will find what would be better approach to this particular classroom. So it's about that. Planning is very important. And obviously we will be setting some objectives together with planning, and I recommend you to take a look at Bloom's taxonomy. It's a good help for you to understand if you're taking enough, if you're taking only for comprehension, if you only present and then apply knowledge with your students that you give to them, and don't go further to the critical thinking, to creativity, then it's time to change your planning. Yeah, if you take in all the steps, yeah, and they are not mixed, then you're doing the great job. And I believe most of you doing the great job. This planning, I'm just saying that sometimes we can find a room for improvement also. And obviously teaching methods, I can tell you a lot of ideas and give you different advice, but you need to understand what works for you. Yeah. And look for it through what instructions you would be using. Yes, teaching strategies, but instructional strategies is important. Different people listen differently. They understand differently. There is no such thing as all people are the same. No, we are different, and that's okay. With some students, you need mind maps. Yes, with some students, you need flashcards. With different people, we need different strategies how we will be explaining the information. So it's okay. Just pick up several methods and play them like a cards. Today I will use this, and next time I will use that. And take a look, monitor, yeah, what will be working for you better. Okay, next one, assessment methods used in the classroom. If you're using some method, take a look. Is it working? Is it not? Do you feel comfortable enough with it? Maybe even if it's working, but you feel that it takes too much of your time. It works too long. Yes, it's hard for you naturally to do that. Take a look at other methods too. Maybe you'll find better method. It's not like only something wrong with me as a teacher. Something wrong with me as a human being if some method is not comfortable for me. No, it's also about me being a part of the teaching process. Important part, necessary one. That's why I need to respect my abilities, my skills, yes, and then find methods that will be helping me, yes, not just helping students. That's why it's important to understand that often we speak students need to be center. Yes, they need to be in center of the learning. They need to learn. You learned already this part of English, but you need to use methods that will be helping to you more too. Okay, next one, timeliness of feedback, quality of feedback. It's all important. Pay attention to it. Proficiency, yes, language proficiency. I know we have a lot of courses that we can go learn more English more, and some of them still tell you read a book, listen to a song. No, don't do that. Find something interesting for yourself. Speak in English if you feel like speaking. Yes, read in English if you feel like reading. If you feel like watching, I believe it's something that we need to discuss very soon about what Netflix TV shows can help you with your teaching, and also what TV shows can help students with learning. I believe it's a big part of our life that we enjoy, and we can learn here and there. So it's not always that we need only to follow some things, yes, but there are some particular constructions that we as teachers use more, so obviously pick up of them, but try to recall that the main practice for learning English is that looking for what you use more. Yeah, if I'm telling you some word, it doesn't mean that you need to use it as often if it doesn't appear as a fact in your life. If you see in something appearing, please learn it, use it, implement it, and see benefits from it. But if it's something that is not appearing in your life, in your practice, in your work, maybe you will be using it only for general knowledge. Like sometimes meeting it 1 or 2 times in decade. Yeah. But English proposes you the abundance of words, of constructions, of different tenses that you can use describing sometimes the same ideas. So you can use what goes for you. Yeah. And then cultural competence. So here I will be very strict as the National Geographic Learning, speaking to you about importance of cultural competence, and also speaking to you that our world, English-speaking world, doesn't stop on Britain, yeah, UK, and also the USA. No, we have a lot of English-speaking countries. Ukraine is English-speaking country. Not of a lot of our students speaking English outside. Yeah, it's hard to meet people who speak English on our streets. Yes, but a cultural competence is important, and we need to emphasize we are part of it. Yeah. So we need to include it. Also, professional growth. The ideas that we can find in areas, it's important. Look for opportunities and find them. If you're feeling like coming to webinars, mine or Yana, please come. And also take a look at technology. Tell me, pluses, minuses right now. Should we speak about AI next year, like GPT chat and BART and TWE and other AI-generated content that propose to teachers? Should we take this topic? Okay. So more pluses for me to be convinced that it's really good topic to pick up. I know. We will try. We will try to do that. To take technology, yeah, and put it to the light and speak about it. Right now, I'm looking at the formula that we can propose to you using AI for you to use something, act as a teacher and write. Yeah, something like that. But the construction need to be checked. That's why I'm looking for something more practical to give you not just general ideas that you can use GPT chat with your students during lessons. I believe such idea you can pick up everywhere. But if we're speaking about technology, it needs to be practical. So I'm taking note that we will be speaking next year about it. My resolution is here. Next year, we will be speaking about technology more. And also, we will reflect on how technology helps us. As it often we in this conversation, AI chat will make our learning process better or worse. Yeah, and in most cases, we say worse. But we need to take positive approach to any type of thing. As I will tell you one phrase that my educators told me pretty long time ago. The phrase is like that previously then books only started to appear, pre-printed books. Some people believed that it would kill, yeah, the idea of church, that people become soulless. They will be just reading and reading and reading books. Yes, the same with any type of technology. Then we approach new technological revolution each time. They feel like, okay, this time it will kill us. No, it's not like that. With technology, we can find the things that will be working for us, and we need to pay attention what would be the gaps that can definitely hinder our learning and teaching experience. So obviously, this approach, I believe we need to take, yeah? Speak about consciously. Okay, so obviously, if you want collaborative efforts, you need to find your community or build it. Yeah, you can start with your classroom, starting to talk about community. Next year, another my resolution, we will be speaking with you about doing homework and study groups. Previously, I've mentioned it several times during webinars, but it's really interesting topic for me to pick up. I believe we can speak more about it, as it's something that will be working for us. It's would help parents not to be part of doing homework, as other students need to be able to do homework, or they need to reassess what we are given to homework. And I believe right now we are finally approaching the era of students starting learning English as individually. What we will be doing, we will be learning English for helping each other, like social responsibility to help each other to learn. And I believe it's very important. Right now we take this approach that we are not alone in the road of learning English. Yes, we do it together. That's why it's important to say thank you to each other when we finish lesson. That's why it's important to help each other to work with word lists. We need to have this community type of approach to learning. And I believe Ukrainians right now really strive for creating communities, as we find that it helps us, yes, to go through all the problems, yes, and even when we do the donations, it's we do together, we see achievements much more than we do it individually. So it's about that we approach community next year too. Okay, habits are the kinds of our everyday life. So habits is something that we need to build on, and usually it takes time. It takes several weeks to start some positive and motivated habit. But for reflection, I believe it's something that starts with one question to yourself each week, and then you can progress fewer and fewer. It's like with any type of sport. You just start and do light exercise. Like you ask yourself one question, a bit, and then you can grow and ask more complicated questions, have longer discussion with yourself about what's happening with your teaching and your enjoyment of it. Yeah. So I'm speaking about that. And also, I'm talking about ways how to motivate, but we often speak about that. The last one that I will show you today, it's about that need to take into account professional codes of what? How do you think? What type of codes we need to take into the account? Then we're speaking about us growing as teachers. So obviously, trends, yes, we pay attention to moods of our students, their motivation, their attention, our feelings about learning, but also professional codes of what? Any ideas? Honor? Yeah. Of teachers, yes, of teaching. Yes. Well, guess is also good. You try to recall that then we deal with people. But it's such thing as they don't just deal for the sake of dealing with them. Like they not teach to just teach. Yes, they teach to help to grow. Yes, to progress. They are going for that. They want the people who are the students to become better. Yeah, and that or everything is about one of the let's say major topics that we learn as teachers. Yes, we not often speak about it, but it's something that really important for us. Ethics. It's something that is also keystone for us. We have some ideas, other approaches, other styles, things that we enjoy, but also it's about how we behave as teachers. Yes, and should we shout? Is it an important question to discuss with ourselves? And sometimes, yes, naturally, more than once, I wanted to shout at my students and shout at myself too for some things that happened during the lessons. But ethics, I remember that I'm a teacher, not just because I need to suppress myself, I need to put some pressure on myself. No, it's because I understand what I'm doing, my students would model it. Yes, if I'm shouting, my students would shout. If I'm not showing tolerance, my students won't be showing tolerance. Yes, if I'm not making mistakes, my students won't make mistakes. They will make mistakes, but they will try to hide them. And I've went through such a learning system that I've tried to hide all my mistakes. And it took some time to learn that mistakes is okay. So ethics, it's what goes better with teaching much more than just picking up some new methods of the or trend. It's what ideas is behind your teaching. Yes, I told you. Human approach to learning. It's very important. It's important right now. One of the topics that we pick up is speaking about Ukrainians to Ukraine. We talk about it, and Imagine shows you pictures of Ukraine. Give me a second. I will just want to skip several. Take a look. it's one of the districts in Kiev. Yeah, they are showing it to students. We're speaking about other homeland. Yeah, for other students to develop the national identification. So they talk about some things that are bigger than just English learning. Yes, we talk about some values. Yes, with reading, it's that the question that they ask you: what makes the stories better? What makes it more motivating material for our students to use? What makes all the teaching more useful to students? It's other ethics. What ideas we put behind? Okay, can you name several of what we need to include? How do you think? What ethic ideas we put behind the teaching? And use them as a support for us. One of them I told you, not to shout, yeah? Not discriminate, yeah? By different criteria. Also, to provide more support. Some methods are telling us that we need to provide support, like scaffolding. But in general, we need to understand we are providing support. Other things, what are the ideas? What comes to my mind, the first, it's that we need to understand that sometimes we need to listen to people, be active listeners, yes? And not just listen to till other person would stop talking and we will start our own talking. No, sometimes it's important to listen what other people say and then respond. And sometimes we need to remember that when we listen to why these people speaking. We need to understand the context, yes, and respond not only to the words, as sometimes what can be angry, what can be hurtful, what can be telling of giving up, yes, what can be telling only about stress, but we need to listen to the ideas what people put it behind, and yes, support our students. Thank you. So all this would be other support, other teacher as a teacher support. Sometimes we forget that when we speak only about some practice, some ideas that can improve our teaching here at this exact moment with this particular issue, some big issues left unsolved just because we too scared to look at it, or we forget that they are also part of our teaching. So respect students, yes, and also I would say respect students and respect ourselves and our colleagues, yes, and also parents of all people in this learning process need to be respected. And we need to say thank you. Even if today we don't feel like we've done enough, believe me, in the day that you feel that you haven't done enough, you've done enough. It's like that. In cases that you feel it's not enough, it's time to say thank you and prize yourself, your students, as it's what I felt each time that I felt the most as teacher. It's then my students felt they can't relate to me, then I felt like physical showing that I'm disappointed in this lesson. I don't want to be here. And then I show it myself. The learning process is stopping as the students don't feel that we don't understand that how to learn further. Yeah, they lose the person who is their guide. Yeah, and the guide is saying, "Okay, I'm giving up. I don't want to teach further today. I've done enough." Yes, in such moment, we need to say thank you for ourselves. Say thank you to students. we will look at the problem. We will figure out. Yeah, we are human beings that have critical thinking. We will ask the necessary question for ourselves to figure out what went wrong with teaching approach. Yes, with methods, with lesson planning. But at the moment, sometimes when we deal with people, we need to understand that the best what we can do, say thank you, and then it's the bad day, and then do something that will help students not to lose motivation. At this particular moment, if you see something going wrong, don't shout. Yeah, don't be disappointed. This is a moment to say thank you, and then just change the approach. Change the approach. Don't try to I don't know. You're taking present perfect. Don't try to explain it in 5 different instructions during the lesson if it's hard for students right now. Find the example that will be illustrated for them with present perfect the best. Ask for them for examples and figure out, is it the present perfect? It's different. Well, guesses. Ask them. And thank you each time then they're giving you, as they helping you to continue your lesson. It's very important. It's very important not to lose motivation in teaching. And I believe it's necessary for us to feel that then we have not only materials, not only abilities to have to like places to that we will teach, or we have gadgets to teach online. No, I believe it's very important to remember that the learning process starts with people, and right now with all this situation in Ukraine, we understand that our system is of education is so stable. Yeah, we have some fringes, but it's stable because of people. And today, I want to say thank you to all Ukrainian teachers for being so stable as a system, and being so respectful to each other, is still supporting each other in learning process, in teaching process. I hope you will find motivation. Yeah, I've seen some of you already put pluses for next year resolution that you will feel like coming to the school and teach. I hope you will find your motivation and enjoy teaching even more next year. And you would find these moments when you feel bad, then you will find and say thank you to yourself. Yeah, and ask your students to say thank you to each other. So as sometimes we lost in the teaching process, we forget that it's not only about us. We are a community. We are growing together, and if we have struggles, we will go together as a beehive. Yeah, we will be human together. Thank you to each other till it will be a better day. Yeah. So I hope you will enjoy next year. I hope this year treat you best to capacity of that we had. And I hope if you would have some ideas about webinars, you would contact me using my information, phone or email, about your ideas, what we need to speak about next year. Thank you for being with Linguist for all this year. We stay strong. Yeah. Yes. And I hope you would come for fewer webinars. Next year, I will give you a bit of spoiler. We will be having podcasts. So it will be in different format. You would be able to come with cameras and speak with us, being part of this process. And we will be speaking in Ukrainian. We will be talking about methodology too. So webinars stay, but also we'll be having podcasts. So please come and look up other ideas about fewer events. Thank you. I wish you safe next year and hope to see you there. Thank you. Okay, Antonina, I've taken it. We take for next year, obviously. I heard it several times from different people that we need to start talking about it more, and we will be. I promise you, next webinars about will be about maybe not January, but I believe very soon we will be doing it. So just give me a time to enjoy playing with it. I believe we will find some ideas that will be more practical to you. And I believe we will try to take such approach to our webinars, not always speaking only about practice with you. We will be speaking also about mental health. I believe right now it's important to speak about mental health of students and teachers. We've taken time to discuss methodology and make resolutions. Each of ALT consultants of linguists has their own resolution. So I hope you also would find some ideas for you to make your own resolution for next year. If not, please check out our social media. Maybe you will be able to find some of them. Yeah. And I hope you will enjoy it a bit more. Yeah. Merry Christmas. Yes, this year we celebrated very soon. Yeah, several days, and it's already Christmas for us, and also New Year. And after that, we will see each other in January, I hope, and we will find new topics, new things to talk with each other. Oh, and also I will give you a spoiler. Please come and support. We will be recording greetings for our social media. Please come and support your favorite ELT consultant of linguist. And I don't want to turn it to the competition, but I hope you will give some love to ELT consultants who you've met this year from linguist, and just leave your also greetings and Happy New Year's there too. Yeah. So thank you. See you next year. Stay safe, stay sane, and also stay mentally stable. Yeah. So thank you. Bye bye.